sectors for today: safety and security sector news, parliament sector news, health sector news, cooperative governance, traditional affairs, and municipalities sector news. Hello and welcome to Connect World TV, your world in one village that brings you your news a sector at a time, with special Know Your Government, community and environment sector pieces whose compilation aims to bring the people to the government to the people, and one person to another. My name is Kesia Kulu. Coming out of safety and security sector news today, the Minister of Defense chairs the planting of trees.
I should also use the opportunity to remind us that even early on in our democracy, we realized the importance of the environment. And as such, in our 1996 white paper on defense, there is a section there which deals with matters of environment. But we've now gone beyond that and established an environmental unit within the South African National Defence Force, whose members are here in our midst. It is for these reasons that I agreed, without hesitation, to commit our military to this campaign in the fight against climate change. I believe that we are the only ones who have the necessary capacity to plant 1 million trees within the next financial year. I really believe that we do that. So today, Excellencies, as we lower the tree from one of our military helicopters, we are illustrating to our citizenry and the world the versatility of the military. It can also give life. Who can forget the assistance of the South African National Defence Force to Mozambique? And I don't want to talk about yesterday, I want to refer to the event or the incident in the year 2000. The delivery of a beautiful baby girl, Rosita, on a tree with the help of the South African Air Force helicopter.
The defense forces will be mobilizing across the continent, across the globe. We will mobilize young people, different stakeholders.
Thank South Africa, thank the court for setting this example for the whole world. And we hope this will flourish not only in Africa.
For planting the first tree in this beautiful city. Thank you, Minister. Thank you, Mama Kese. Thank you, Pastor Michelle, for launching the campaign in our city.
The Department of Education holds the mandate and stands as guardian for the execution of education to individuals of the states as a basic right expressed in terms of Section 29 of the Constitution, and ensure the utilization of the prescribed curriculum. Among others, it also holds the following responsibilities: to provide educational resources such as stationery, computers, learning facilities, educators, and personnel. Communities can engage with the Department of Education through adhering to its set standards of operation applicable to students, service providers, and educators respectively, to ensure compliance, and also by reporting any suspicious or fraudulent activities. For more news in relation to education sector news, tune into your preference stop Connect World Sector News, #Connect World Sector News on all social media platforms.
You with education sector news. Well, the issue of comprehensive sexual education to primary school learners continues to stir the communities. The ACDP Christian movement or political party represented in Parliament in KwaZulu-Natal, we spoke to their representative, Mr. Manglele, and he gave us contents of what is really concerning them within the curriculum that is awaiting South African children as from next year in 2020.
I want to share with you that in schools before, or all along, there had been a subject called life orientation. Sometimes the issues of sex and life orientations were taught. But as ACDP, we did not say anything because they were taught in higher grades, in people who are matured, to be taught about that. Now the government is introducing another syllabus, which is called Comprehensive Sexual Education. They call it CSE. Then we have got a problem with that, because it says sexual education must be taught right from the lower classes, from grade 4 up to grade 12. And if you look at the syllabus itself, there are a lot of things which we feel it's so above to the mind of a child in grade 4, grade 5, and so on. For instance, they say from the syllabus, a person is subject to sex from the date of birth up to the date of birth. The syllabus insists that if you rape a child, when the child cries, he does not cry because of pain, he cries because of pleasure.
Teaching of our children about family values in our education system. So today, as the youth of the ACDP, we are rising and we are saying no to CSE, and we are ready to take on these policies and fight the government all the way.
The syllabus tells the children that they must be able to differentiate the kinds of sex. For instance, the oral sex and the anal sex. I don't know what is the anal sex. I have never seen the anal sex even of my age. But our children are going to be taught about anal sex. And a lot, what is to kiss, deep kissing, where to touch a person, if you want a person to have pleasure, and so on. A lot of disgraced things in that syllabus. They are prepared to teach it in our young children. Then as ACDP, we are so bitter. These things, we don't accept it at all. That how the government can move away the Christian syllabus, godly-based syllabus from all the schools, and try to put instead the West syllabus, which is destroying our nation.
Well, this seems to be a global concern as we see parents in the United States also taking to the streets and holding community meetings and dialogues to say, how can we fight this curriculum?
I have a district laptop. It just got loaded in the last 2 months, and I saw some things on there I'd never seen. So I started poking around. I now have one of the top 3 comprehensive sexual education curriculums on my laptop. Somebody can help me and I can do that. But here's what I want you to know. The teachers don't know what's going on. I'm talking under, silent whispers. If you think your teachers are free, they're not. They're scared. They're wondering how in the world they can face you and deal with this and not lose their jobs. They're paying mortgages. They've got kids in school. Some of us are divorced. We're doing it on our own here in California. That's a rough plan. Never, ever, ever lose your courage. Remember, David was a kid. 5 stones, that's all he had. You've got more than 5 stones, and you've got the sovereign God of the universe is fighting for these children and the future generations and our nation.
The Department of Transport, regulated under the Transport Act under the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, as a public body, exists to ensure the following among others: the provision of road infrastructure and maintenance, road traffic enforcement, safety and education in the sphere of road, rail, marine, and aviation. In order for the Department of Transport to fully enforce its mandate, it requires the complete cooperation of road users and community at large. Some of the ways in which the people can work with the Department of Transport is to cooperate through adherence to its relevant policies, report any infrastructural, operational, and social problems. In relations to more news on motoring and transport, tune in to your stop of preference, Connect World TV, #ConnectWorldTV, #ConnectWorldTV sector news on all social media platforms.
With your cooperative governance, traditional affairs and municipalities sector news now. Zululand district under the mayor of the IFP, Reverend Buthelezi, brought members of the media and others to ensure that accountability is there and that the executive can be able to deliver what is being done with the community and just to overall look at service delivery. This is a bottom-up approach that the country is looking at from a district level local government to ensure that service delivery is indeed being implemented accordingly by the leaders of the various corners of our state in the provincial and local government. Let's have a look at what unfolded.
Siphinde sasayina ndabezitha isivumelwano sokusebenzisana nesikhungo semfundo ephakeme e-University of KwaZulu-Natal ukuba sisebenzisane nabo kulolu hlelo lwezolimo. Le nyuvesi izosiza abalimi besifunda iZululand ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi babe nobuchwepheshe kulomkhakha. Abenyuvesi sebefikile mathupha kubalimi bakithi lapho bebona khona ukuthi iziphi izitshalo ezifanele ukuthi itshalwe. Lesi sikhungo sizophinde futhi sisize abalimi bakithi ngezinsiza kusebenza kanye nangolwazi olunzulu kulomkhakha wezolimo. Abalimi bazophinde bathole usizo lokuthola imakethe ngenhlangano ekuthiwa i-Farmers Support Group ezokwazi ukuthatha umkhiqizo esiwukhiqizayo. Iqiniso phakathi okumele silazi ukuthi njengomkhandlu sidinga isamba esingango 3.3 billion uqinisekisa ukuthi zonke izakhamizi zaseZululand zixosha amanzi ahlanzekile.
Mayor Buthelezi also speaks about the programs of service delivery already in progress in the various wards within the Zululand district municipality.
Sesiqalile kumasipala wasebaqholuseni safaka imizi ewu-36 ama-lightning conductor ophongolo enkosini yakwamavuso sebawaxoshele kwa-ward 6 wathi kwa-ward 3 enkosini yakwasibiya nenkosi umsibi baqalile kuleli sonto sebeyawafaka. Edumbe kuleli sonto elizoqala enkosini yakwasibisi nenkosi umthetho kwa-ward 1 lolu hlelo liyaqala. Sisibophezele futhi siwumkhandlu waseZululand ukuthuthukisa amakhono entsha yakithi. Isikhungo sethu indonsa ngokubambisana nomnyango wezamakhono basaqhubeka nokuxitsha umphakathi ikakhulukazi entsha ngamakhono ahlukene.
Prince Dr. Mangosuthu Buthelezi places emphasis on the sad realities facing this community and the country at large, but he also points out the importance of celebrating milestones.
Now, the IDP highlights, for instance, that agriculture in Zululand is in the decline. This started long before the drought. For decades, as the East Washington Mayor stated, I've spoken about cooperatives and develop subsistence farming to ensure that every family has food on the table and every home can produce an income. In fact, I took trouble when I was Chief Minister to send a team of people led by who later became an MEC for education here, to a university in Canada to learn about cooperatives and mobilization of savings. Now, we need to create security for families in Zululand. More than half the households in the district are headed by women, and each household has a very high proportion of dependents. 40% of the population is under the age of 14, and another 39% are youths. In other words, the women of Zululand have a very heavy burden of responsibility on their shoulders. So, when we talk about protecting women and children, we're not only talking about the gender-based violence and abuse. When we talk about assisting the vulnerable, we're not just talking about crime prevention. There are many interventions needed to ensure that women, children, and the elderly, and those living with disabilities can enjoy a better quality of life. And this includes access to quality health care, access to good education, particularly early childhood development, and access to social facilities like crèches and care centers. We need to start with our children and youth so that we can develop stronger future communities. The reality is that more than 40% of the population in this district struggles with extreme poverty. The other reality is that the economic climate of our country is ensuring that less and less government funding is available for our municipalities. So what does this mean for Zululand? It means that every success must be celebrated because it was fought for truth and nail every step of the way. One of the biggest fights that we have on our hands is the fight of water.
Here are the top 8 most influential unions and political parties in South Africa. The role of unions and political parties is to ensure the welfare of its members, protecting the reliability of their trade, and to advocate for the needs of the community. You can get to be a member of any political party or trade union of your choice by simply visiting an office of that particular organization anywhere near you. For more news relating to politics and union sector news, tune on to your preference stop, Connect World Sector News, and hashtag Connect World Sector News on all social media platforms.
With your health sector news, the South African National Blood Services brought together members of the media and others in partnership to launch the drone method of flighting blood to a person that is in need around the country. This is an innovative method to ensure that blood reaches a desperate person in a community fast enough. Gregory Naidu, the guest at this event as a speaker, he explained his very traumatic experience that he encountered that almost took his life and how blood was a savior.
I spent 31 days in hospital. 31 days of different doctors, different nurses, multiple times in theater, every scan, every probe, MRI, CT, bedpan, bottles, you name it. But all of that paled into insignificance because they were just doing what the system made them do. It was the blood that was given to me that saved my life and changed my life. Why change my life? When I received the first transfusion, it was life coming back full circle for me. 1984, I made my first blood donation as a boy in high school. Why did I make that first donation in 1984? It's because somebody marketed it at our school. Someone told us about it at our school. Someone got us excited in our school. In my little world, someone got me excited about giving blood. Someone flipped the switch and said, you have a responsibility. That little switch changed my life in that I became a voice for SANBS. In my own little world, make a difference. Let's change lives, let's save lives. I'm so grateful to SANBS for giving me the opportunity to share the story with you. My accident was not an accident. It was for a reason, and I need you, in your official capacity and your personal capacity, to ask yourself your question. What is my purpose?
Silungile Mlambo, the general manager, had this to say as she explained its importance and what it is going to be doing, the difference it's going to make into the communities.
Blood is needed every day, not just during the festive season. In fact, most of the blood goes to women during childbirth. So it is important that we have sufficient stock every day of blood. So I appeal to everyone who is able to donate blood to go out and donate blood, particularly during the festive season. The reason we have a shortage during the festive season is because the schools are closed and most of our blood comes from school children. So when the schools are closed, we do not have many venues to go to collect blood. Before you donate blood, you get a mini medical, and we test your iron levels and your blood pressure. So it helps you as well to understand your state of health. So it's not just for saving another person, you could also be saved by understanding your vitals. So it is quite an important thing to do. It's beneficial for you as well. It's really about saving the nation. It's about making sure that when blood is needed in emergency situations, we're able to deliver the blood quicker. We do not have to wait for road and traffic conditions, well, not even traffic in the rural areas. It's really about the infrastructure. So it's going to help that woman who's giving birth at the time of need to have blood when they need it the most.
The Department of Transport, regulated under the Transport Act under the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa, 1996, as a public body, exists to ensure the following among others: the provision of road infrastructure and maintenance, road traffic enforcement, safety and education in the sphere of road, rail, marine, and aviation. In order for the Department of Transport to fully enforce its mandate, it requires the complete cooperation of road users and community at large. Some of the ways in which the people can work with the Department of Transport is to cooperate through adherence to its relevant policies, report any infrastructural, operational, and social problems. In relations to more news on motoring and transport, tune in to your stop of preference, Connect World TV, #ConnectWorldTV, #ConnectWorldTV Sector News on all social media platforms.
It is an absolute honor to always stand right here and deliver to you Connect World TV Sector News that is created with love for you. Remember, you can go online and like us and track us and let us know the news you'd like us to track for you. Remember, you can #Connect World TV, #Connect World TV Sector News. Good morning, South Africa.